Hello, biology and botany students. Mr. Miller here, and I'm reaching out to you today as a result of what news we have found out, or you will soon be hearing about. We are transitioning to all virtual learning for the next 2 weeks. So let me talk about a couple of the important details of this, and I will show you where you can access resources in this video that will be important to you going forward. So in our transition to all virtual, so today is Wednesday, the 14th. So I am essentially sending this out to you early to get prepared for next week, because the first day of all virtual learning will be Tuesday, October 20th. And as I'll show you on the calendar, we are going to have Monday, October 19th off. So no school on that day. Now, the idea is that we are going to be out for the next 2 weeks between October 20th and November 2nd. However, we have to treat this as if it could be longer than that. So even though we know for a fact it's 2 weeks, treat it as if it's going to be the foreseeable future. Maybe it'll be 4 weeks, maybe it'll be 8 weeks. No one knows, based on kind of the ever-changing nature of COVID and the situation. So we want to take this very seriously. We want to tune in and essentially expect that this is going to be for the foreseeable future. So we won't be meeting in person for the next 2 weeks. As you should know, we will be using an all virtual format. So during this time, there will be no cohorts. So cohorts won't matter. Your A versus your B won't matter. Everyone is going to be tuning in each day. And I will talk about that further. So essentially, everyone will tune in on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, joining a Google Meet conference as a class. I will show you where the links are for that. I'll post it in a variety of places so you know well in advance where to find that class meet session. All right, so that is very important. So Wednesday, let me talk about the Wednesday format. So the Wednesday format is going to stay exactly as it is now. No new assignments will be sent out on Wednesdays. So you will show up during your class period on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, during those 2 weeks or however long it ends up being, during your class time. So we're going to be running a mini bell schedule, so a full day bell schedule following essentially what our schedule is. So if you have third hour biology with me, you'll tune in at your third hour time. So on PowerSchool, I want to show you what I have posted. So this is going to look almost exactly the same whether you are a biology or a botany student. I just decided to make one video for all of Mr. Miller's classes, for all of my classes. So essentially, your bell schedule is here. This should not be foreign to you. You should know this. So essentially, if you're a third hour biology student, you will be clicking and tuning in on that Google Meet at 9:45. So make sure you're there on time, because I will be taking attendance. And I can see if you leave the Google Meet or if you haven't joined at all. So be sure that you are tuning in, because otherwise you'll get marked absent, and nobody wants that. All right. So where do you go to find the Google Meet? So you can click on it right here on PowerSchool. This Meet I will be using for all of my classes. So it is one common link, so there's not multiple links for different classes. It's very simple. This will also be posted periodically on Google Classroom. So be sure that you know where that link is. That is going to be super important. And notice the changes to our calendar. So this is the biology calendar. I'll flash over to the botany calendar in a second. So, and this is subject to change. We're going to be adjusting this, but I want to show you the format. So you can also access that Google Meet link here to join the class session. So third hour, 9:45 is when it begins, fourth hour, 10:40. Notice that Wednesdays look the same, fairly similar. And notice that next week, Monday, 10/19, there is no school. That is our transition day for teachers and students to an all virtual learning platform. And then you can see the entire next week is mapped out as well on here. And these assignments will be updated as well and posted on Classroom. Notice that 10:30, October 30th, there is no school. But I want to make a point that even though you're not tuning in to a lesson on a Wednesday, that is by no means a day off. That is a day for you to work. So be sure that you take advantage of that extra time. All right. So that is what the biology calendar looks like. I will flash over to the botany real quick to show you that the calendar setup is exactly the same. And here is the previous calendar setup during the hybrid. When we go to this all virtual, it changes. Notice how it changes. You are showing up in that Google Meet conference that is linked here on Mondays, but not this Monday because we don't have school. So on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Wednesdays, a work day, but you can still sign up for that virtual check-in if you would like. And many people have taken advantage of that. I would love to talk to you to check in with how you're doing. Virtual students, this might come as kind of a big change to you. So you've kind of previously done things at your own pace. Now you will have to be adhering to that bell schedule. So let me know if any questions or concerns arise as we get into that. Okay. All right. So let me see if there's anything that I missed on this. All right. So make sure that you tune into those Google Meets. We will see you next Tuesday for that first day of our all virtual learning. And hopefully we're only out for 2 weeks. I'm really, really hopeful. But we have to, as the old saying says, essentially hope for the best, plan for the worst, because we don't know exactly how long we will be out for. So on Classroom, if you're looking where this post is, this will be sent out as well. So a link to that calendar where you can access the Meet as well as the Meets link directly. And I will be taking attendance. And if you don't know when your classes start, be sure to check that on PowerSchool to figure that out. All right, everybody, I think that just about covers it. Please let me know, reach out to me with any questions that you might have. For botany folks, unfortunately, this all virtual means that for our hybrid folks, we won't be able to do the hands-on planting. I'm going to keep your plants here in the hope that you're back in several weeks. I just think it would be a lot of shuffling around to take them home and bring them back, and I want to make sure stuff doesn't get lost. And then for bio, there hasn't been too much of that to worry about, that shuffling of supplies. But just be sure that you take everything home with you, because who knows when we're going to be back in person. November 2nd is just an estimate for when we'd be back. However, this is a fluid situation. All right, Mr. Miller here. Have a great day, botany and biology students. Take care.